सिनियर ऑफिसर्सचे सेशन सीईसी ऑर्गनाईज करते. हाच वारसा जपत या शैक्षणिक वर्ष 2020-21 मधील आमच्या या पहिल्या कार्यक्रमाला आमच्या अतिथी म्हणून मार्गदर्शनास लाभले हे आमचे भाग्यच. मला आपणा सर्वांना सांगायला आनंद होतो की यूपीएससी 2019 मध्ये पहिल्याच प्रयत्नात भारतात 22वा व महाराष्ट्रात दुसरा क्रमांक मिळविणारे मंदार पत्की सर हे आपल्याच इन्स्टिट्यूटच्या व्हीआयटी कॉलेजचे माजी विद्यार्थी आणि ॲल्युमिनी आहेत. सरांनी आपले प्राथमिक शिक्षण संस्कार विद्यालय बीड, पॉलिटेक्निक कॉलेज पुणे येथे पूर्ण करून व्हीआयटी मधून मेकॅनिकल इंजिनिअरिंगची डिग्री मिळवली. मात्र 8वी पासून उरी बाळगलेले देशसेवेचे स्वप्न त्यांना स्वस्थ बसू देत नव्हते. म्हणून पुण्यातील ज्ञान प्रबोधिनीतून मार्गदर्शन घेत वयाच्या अवघ्या 23व्या वर्षी पहिल्याच प्रयत्नात भारतातून 22वा क्रमांक मिळवला व एक नवीन आदर्श युवा पिढी पुढे ठेवला. अशा निश्चयी व ध्येयवादी अतिथींना विनंती करते की आपण आपल्या बहुमूल्य मार्गदर्शनास आरंभ करावा.
व्हीआयटी सीईसी सेलचे तर खूप आभार देतो की एवढा चांगला प्लॅटफॉर्म मला दिला आणि अगदी म्हणजे व्हीआयटी म्हणजे घरीच हे मार्गदर्शन करण्याचा एक संधी मला दिली. फक्त एकच मॉडरेटर जे आहेत की माझा व्हिडिओ समजा किंवा ऑडिओ लॅग झाला तर मला सांगा, मी ते आन्सर तिथून पुन्हा सुरुवात करेल. तर एक रूपरेषा अशी असेल आपली की एक अराउंड 30 to 40 मिनिट्स आय विल टॉक अबाउट व्हॉट शुड बी द प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रॅटेजी आणि त्याच्यानंतर आपण क्वेश्चन आन्सर्स घेऊयात. ओके, माझा थोडक्यात परिचय झालाच आहे. माझं मेकॅनिकल इंजिनिअरिंग हे व्हीआयटी पुणे आपल्या व्हीआयटी मधून झालेले आहे. त्याच्या आधी मी डिप्लोमा पॉलिटेक्निक केलेलं आहे, ते पण पुण्यातूनच गव्हर्नमेंट पॉलिटेक्निक पुणे इथून झालेलं आहे. आणि सिव्हिल सर्व्हिसेसची प्रिपरेशन मी माझी अराउंड 3rd इयरचं एंड असताना आणि फायनल इयरची सुरुवात असताना सुरू केली. तर सर्वात पहिला प्रश्न की इंजिनिअरिंग करणाऱ्या विद्यार्थ्यांनी प्रिपरेशन कधी स्टार्ट करावी. तर मला असं वाटतं की अराउंड 250 लोक आहेत, तर फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड आणि फायनल इयरचे विद्यार्थी असतील. तर फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड इयरचे जे विद्यार्थी आहेत तर मी त्यांना सांगेल की यू प्लीज तुम्ही तुमच्या अकॅडमिक्सवर फोकस करा आणि युपीएससी वर एवढ्या लवकर सुरू होऊ नका. कारण की पॉईंट नंबर 1, युपीएससी ला डिग्री लागते आणि 4 इयर्स इज अ व्हेरी लॉंग टर्म. लाईक तुम्ही तुमचा परफॉर्मन्स सस्टेन करू शकाल का, ती एक थोडीशी चिंता असते. दुसरा प्रश्न की डिसइंटरेस्ट थोडासा वाढू लागतो की जर लॉंग टर्म प्रोसेस असेल तर थोडस आपण दिशा आपली चुकू शकते. तिसरा प्रश्न की फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड इयर मध्ये ऑलरेडी इंजिनिअरिंगचं एवढं आपल्याला हे असतं की मला वाटत नाही की युपीएससी मध्ये आपण डेडिकेटेडली एक टाइम देऊ शकतो. तर त्यामुळे फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड इयर वाला विद्यार्थ्यांनी त्यांच्या अकॅडमिक्सवर फोकस करा. 3rd इयर इज द व्हेरी ऍप्ट टायमिंग टू स्टार्ट युअर प्रिपरेशन. 3rd इयर आणि फायनल इयरला विद्यार्थी असेल आणि जर ध्येय नक्कीच झालं असेल तर कॅम्पस वगैरेच्या अनसर्टिनिटी मध्ये पडू नका आणि तुम्ही तुमचं युपीएससीचं ड्रीम हे करू शकता. ओके, पहिली गोष्ट. आता ह्याच्यासाठी अजून एक प्रश्न आहे की बाबा इंजिनिअरिंगचा अभ्यास करताना हे कसं कव्हर करायचं, युपीएससीचा सिलेबस कसा कव्हर करायचा. मी पण व्हीआयटी मध्ये होतो आणि आपल्याला सगळ्यांनाच माहित आहे की जर वेळ काढला तर अँपल ऑफ टाइम खूप भेटतो. तर मला एक क्वेरी आली की इंग्लिश मधून, तर मला वाटतं की इंग्लिश मध्ये केलं तर काही हरकत नाही. ओके, if we start our preparation in final year of engineering or while doing the semester pattern, we also know that there is ample of time available, at least around 4 to 5 hours, so that we can put some extra efforts for our UPSC preparation. That is point number first. Second point, when or how should we start the preparation? First thing first, basic NCERTs need to be covered because foundation is very essential for UPSC preparation. So when you are in engineering, you do not run after the standard book list like the Lakshmikant, then the economics is there, then environment is there. So I will advise students to cover up their basic NCERTs, and that is a huge task for an engineering student because I couldn't clear all my NCERTs when I was in college. Okay, so second thing is there are many questions whether there is need for coaching institutes or there is need for classes. I will give very practical advice. Direction is very much required. Even if you are doing hard work, and if it is not going in a well direction, so that will not be very useful for you. So I will advise to associate yourself with some mentors, if not the coachings. And yeah, there are some facilitation batch, like I did my facilitation batch in Gnana Prabodhin Institute, wherein they were not teaching us the content, but they were only giving us the direction in which we should plan our strategies, the content that we should read, the test series that we should solve. So this kind of batches are very helpful and useful, in my opinion. And for those who are not very comfortable with humanities subject, they can definitely join the comprehensive institutes or coaching institutes, wherein they will be taught each and every content by GS paper wise. Okay, so coaching, it's your individual decision, whether you are feeling comfortable in the self study, or you are not comfortable, then you can join the coaching. Third thing, many of the students I have seen that they start preparation for UPSC, like the NCERT reading, but they do not know the syllabus. So just get familiar with the syllabus, whether it is prelims or mains. Do not think about interview at this stage when you are in college. So you should be mugging up the main syllabus, because in that your newspaper reading will be in proper direction. Okay, so mugging up the main syllabus is necessary, and seeing the prelim syllabus is also required. So that will be my advice before starting NCERTs. People should have very good grip over syllabus. As I have mentioned about the newspaper, definitely people who are in third year and final year, please do start reading newspaper. The newspaper can be of your choice, but I will prefer only English newspaper, and that too the Hindu or the Indian Express. For first timers who are reading the newspaper, Indian Express can be very good. Uh, for those who have very command over the language, and who have a background of reading the newspapers, Hindu can be good. One thing you need to note here, that newspaper in initial times will require a lot of time. So do not get bogged down that even if you are requiring around 3 to 4 hours for newspapers, but you should start reading, because the habit is very much important, and that habit will give you very good results when you are starting your full time preparation after your degree. Okay, then those students who are planning to give their attempt immediately after the final year, uh, one thing need to be clear, that your preparation in your final year of engineering needs to be at the level which is required or which is expected from a UPSC aspirant. So those who are giving immediate attempt, they're all basic books, like Lakshmikant is there, then Sriram IS for economics is there, then Shankara IS for environment is there, geography basic NCERTs are there, GC Leong is there, for science and tech current affairs material is there. That should be well versed. So for the students who are not planning to give immediate attempt, your basic focus in the final year should be on building the foundation. That was my focus. That I graduated in 2018, and I gave myself 1 year of full preparation, 2018 to 2019, and I covered my basic books in 2018 to 19. Okay, then there is a question that how should we plan, or what should be our strategy about the UPSC as a whole. My strategy was based on three things. First was my resources, second was my strategy or the planning aspect, and third was my temperament and time management. So I will talk about firstly about resources. Make one thing fix in your mind, that multiple resources will not help you, but the multiple revisions will do. So keep your resources or the book list minimum as possible. The standard book list is available, and I just mentioned very few books about or very core books which are required for the subject. So keep that books and revise them multiple times, because that will give you very exponential else. And if you are running after the resources, if you are if you are chasing after multiple resources for one subject, there are high chances that you might get confused, or might not be in a position to recall any of the content. So maximum revision is your that should be your strategy. Secondly, there is very much fear about current affairs in engineering students. So for current affairs, I would advise that uh, uh, do make short notes about the newspapers from the preliminary perspective as well as for the mains perspective. Also, to supplement your newspaper reading, pick up any coaching materials, current affairs material, like I referred Vision IS materials. So that gives very nice supplements, and that enhances the quality of current affairs that you have, and you get a very good grip over the current affairs material. Third thing, um, one thing is there, that unpredictability is there in UPSC. The dynamicity of the preliminary examination is increasing year by year, so you should be ready for that. And for engineering students, CSAT is not an issue, so leave that aside. GS, you need to give dedicated 4-month preparation for the preliminary examination. So for those guys who are planning for 2021 attempt, make sure that you start at least 4 months before your preliminary examination for the prelims preparation. So that is very apt thing to do. Second pillar of my strategy was planning. One thing is there, that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail in UPSC examination, because each and every move should be planned. In month of January, you should be knowing that this much syllabus will be covered in the month of February. So I usually suggest two levels of plans for the students. One is the macro level, in which you plan for the months, and one is the micro level, in which you decide the daily targets to achieve the target of the month. And I boiled down it in the slots, like there are 4 slots in my study. One was morning slot, second was afternoon slot, third was evening slot, and fourth was night slot. I usually kept newspaper in the evening slot, because evening slot is very tiring slot, and बहुत ही एक पढ़ाई करने का मूड नहीं रहता है. So you can plan according to your strategies. Now, how many number of hours? That is the question each and every aspirant asks. Uh, Firstly, yes, hard work is definitely required in UPSC examination, and around, I suggest minimum 10 hours of dedicated study is required if you are first timer in UPSC. Secondly, the productivity of your study do matter a lot, because if you are sitting for 10 hours and you are scrolling through your phone for about 8 hours, so that does not mean anything. So increase the productivity of your hours. Keep social media aside, because many of the youngsters are very addicted to social media. So social media is a big no. Then fix your resources, fix your strategies, and then work according to that strategies. And one thing is very clear, that keep your strategies very flexible, because you never know what will be there. Like in my initial preparation, I got to know that my environment subject was very weak. So I kept maximum number of days for environment for next week or for next month. So that self improvement loop is there, in which you should be working yourself. You Regarding the test series, what should be the strategy of test series, I will talk separately about that. Then my third pillar is temperament and time management. uh, from initially, I started my preparation on 27th of May 2018, and I appeared for prelims on 2nd of June 2019. And if I'm not wrong, minimum time which I gave per day was around 12 hours, and that too I planned each and every hour. So temperament as well as keeping your performance consistent required very good motivation for the service. That what is the factor that is required, that you aspire to be in service. Then the unemployment is a very big pressure. Like your friends get placed in very good companies. They start their making money, hefty amount of money. Some of your friends get married, so that are very these are very distracting things. But you need to keep your temperament calm. You need to sustain your performance for the year. And remember one thing, UPSC is a long term process, and it tests your mental toughness at each and every level of the examination. So that needs to be very clear in the aspirant's mind, that you will not get superstar in just 1 year. The dedicated preparation is required, dedicated hard work is required. Okay, so this were the 3 pillars. Now we are coming to some aspects in planning that I will like to share to the engineering students, because our level of study or our style of study is very much different from what is required in UPSC. So there are some skills. I talked about micro and micro planning. So you should be deciding your targets and goals should be crystal clear in your mind, that I need to end this syllabus in at the month end, like 2 chapters of polity, 3 chapters of environment, 2 chapters of economics. Okay, so micro and macro planning is the key. Secondly, differential allocation of days is very much required. What I used to do, that when I started my preliminary examination, I analyzed my performance on various subjects by solving many of the test series, and I got to know that some of my subjects were very weak, like the environment was very weak and geography was very weak. So I increased the allocation of days to environment and geography to around 6 to 7 days for environment and 5 to 6 days for geography. And I got to know that uh, my polity or economics were my strengths. So I minimized the period. So this is the formula, that you should utilize your strengths and you should average your weaknesses, because there will be some subjects which will be very weak for you, and there will be some subjects which are a cakewalk for you. So you should be utilizing your strengths, and UPSC is all about the edging that you get on your opponents. So it is a competitive examination, and you have to be ready for the neck cutting competition here. Third thing is the loop system that I just talked about. That there should be a self improvement loop in the planning, that you generate a feedback, either your self feedback or from the test series, and you inculcate that feedback into your planning aspect. Your plan should be flexible, so that you can increase or decrease number of days for any subjects. So that is a loop that becomes very beneficial. Yes, fourth point is cost benefit analysis, that engineering students have that skill. You should be able to analyze that if any subject have low cost to benefit ratio, that is, there is subject known as art and culture. Very minimum questions are being asked, like one question is in GS1 mains paper, and there are minimum questions like 2 questions in preliminary paper. So you should not be spending months and days in preparing art and culture. One resource is fine, and you should be just getting to know about the basics of the subject, and that's it. So plan according to this, and please note down the subjects that I'm going to tell you, which have very high cost to benefit ratio. First is polity. Polity is very easy subject, as well as multiple questions are being asked both in GS2 paper and in the preliminary examination as well. Second is economics. Economics is a hard subject to grasp over at first, but once you get command over the basic concepts, as well as your analyzing or the analysis of economics becomes very fluent, then that subject give you multiple returns. So economics is very good subject. Third is environment. Though environment looks very factual in nature, but as the civil services preliminary and forest services preliminary are one, so environment is have much weightage in preliminary examination. And believe me, those who ace the environment subjects, they have high chances of cracking the UPSC civil services preliminary examination. So these subjects need to be kept in mind. Geography is again, there is low cost to benefit ratio, like only 7 or 8 questions are being asked in preliminary examination. History, and that too modern history, is very good when it comes to cost and benefit, because history is very interesting to read. History has very concise syllabus, as well as many of the questions are being asked from history. There is separate history portion, both Indian history and world history, in GS1 of our mains, and there is ample of questions being asked from modern history in our preliminary examination. So history is one subject with good cost to benefit. Okay, so that was about cost benefit analysis. Yes. Now, what should be the strategy of students who are in final year of engineering now? uh, I will advise that if you are taking your 2021st attempt, focus on mains, because preliminary examination you should start, as I said, 4 months before preliminary examination. So you should be covering most of basics of your general studies. Like there are 4 general studies paper: GS1, which covers history, society and geography as a broad; GS2 paper, which covers your polity, governance and international relations; GS3 paper, which cover your economics, agriculture, internal security and disaster management; and GS4 papers, which covers your ethics, integrity and aptitude. Okay, so you should be very well versed with the foundations of all these 4 GSs. It is generally advised that up till December of the year in which you are studying, your GS4 syllabus, that is ethics, integrity and aptitude syllabus, should be covered up, and your optional subject need to be started. So that comes to my next point, the optional subjects. uh, uh, there is a very tricky situation for engineering students whether to take engineering subject as optional or not. There are 3 in my opinion, subjects which are there. Electrical engineering is there, civil engineering is there, and mechanical engineering is there. uh, Being an engineer, I will be advising you to be very cautious when selecting engineering subject as optional, because I will be listing very few things on which basis your optional selection should be there. Now, which candidate should select engineering optional? These should be candidates who have completed their academics in very nice ways. Their foundation is very strong and they are very firm on their knowledge of engineering. Secondly, the candidates who are ready to read engineering subjects for 4 months in a go, and to solve many question papers as possible. So these candidates need to take engineering subjects. And for the candidates who are ready to take the risk on their knowledge of engineering, they can take the engineering subjects, because one thing I will tell you, that if you leave one question of engineering subject or your answer gets wrong in one subject, you directly lose 20 marks, and that does not happen in humanities subjects like sociology and anthropology. So many UPSC mentors advise that those students who are from IITs or NITs, they usually took engineering subjects, but that is your individualistic decision, and I will advise you that you analyze your capabilities, your knowledge in engineering subject, and take decision accordingly. Now, apart from the engineering, which are the subjects which are good as optional? In my opinion, there are 4 subjects. It depends upon individual interest. There are some factors on which we select the optional subject. Firstly, is the optional subject yielding marks in UPSC? So you just go on net, and there are many forums like Forum IS is there, in which the optional analysis is given, and some optionals like public administration is there, which is not yielding results. Like highest marks in public administration is around 300, or some individuals get 350 also, sorry, 315 also, but that is very individualistic phenomenon, and general trend of the subject has been that it is low scoring object, while the anthropology is the subject in which students are getting around 380 for minimum. If your preparation is only 2 months, you are getting that score. So again, cost benefit analysis of anthropology suggests that anthropologies have very edge over the public administration. So I will be listing 4 subjects. One is, as I said, anthropology. Second is sociology. Third is history subject, but there is word of caution for history. And fourth is, in my opinion, political science and international relations, because political science and international relations have highest success rate in UPSC examination, followed by anthropology, sociology, and geography. A word of caution for history people, those who are taking history as optional, syllabus is very vast. Secondly, you should be very well versed with the factual information. And thirdly, history optional usually takes longer time to cover up. So that should be very fixed in your mind. So these are some points about optional subject. Then I'm seeing on the screen that many of the questions are coming. So I will just talk about test series in a bit, and we should start question answer, because I think that it will be more helpful for you guys. Okay, so test series. Uh, test series plays a very key role. Well, it's your mains is there, and if your prelims is there. For mains, your answer writing matters a lot. One thing needs to be clear in your mind, that you should start your answer writing only if some of the foundation content is there to write, because until then your answers will not be very good. So you will be writing something not very relevant, and then you will get in that depression cycle that my answers are not very good, and your motivation for study will decrease. So I will suggest aspirants to build up some foundation content and then start the answer writing practice for mains. When it comes to preliminary examination, solve maximum test as possible, because in preliminary examination, knowledge is only an half game. The half game is played by techniques. Because I studied dedicatedly for 1 year and 6 months in engineering for the basic content, but I knew only 40 questions in the preliminary examination. And on 40 questions, if they were right, 80 is the score. And in on 80 score, you cannot crack the preliminary examination. So it boils down that what techniques are there with you, how you have practiced the test series paper, mind remains calm during that 2 hour period or not, whether you are able to solve the questions or whether you are able to eliminate the options in the question. So that matters a lot. So I will advise aspirants to solve number of test series as possible. Test series are very much available in market, like Vision IS is there, Forum is there, GS Core is there, Next IS is there. So that is for test series, and how to utilize the test series. I will just quickly go through that. Uh, Remember one thing: if you are solving the test series and you are not analyzing your performance, so that will not yield any results, because you will not be knowing what are your strengths and your weaknesses. So analyze the test series, each and every test series. Make an Excel sheet. I made an Excel sheet wherein I followed a systemized pattern, that in test number one, this number of questions of history were wrong, this number of questions of geography were wrong, like for other subjects. So that gives you very comprehensive analysis of your overall preparation. Secondly, uh, uh, mechanicalness is required while you solving the paper. It is generally advised that you do not take a emotional judgment whether paper is hard, whether paper is easy while you are solving the paper. So very mechanicalness and neutrality is required for that 2 hours, and that gets built up while you are solving the test series. So these are some techniques for test series. And one thing is there, always refer previous year UPSC question papers, because these are the very rich resources, and that will give you an idea that how UPSC is asking question, especially in the mains. Remember one thing, that UPSC do not ask questions on very minuscule topics. It asks very broad questions. So that idea can be gauged from mains paper. So you should be periodically referring to mains paper while you are reading your materials, as well as while you are reading your NCERT, so that your mind gets a direction that what syllabus or what type of content needs to be given more emphasis, and what kind of content just we should touch it and let it go. So this is for the test series as well as previous year question papers. I ask moderator to take some questions so that yeah.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational speech and valuable advice to the aspirants. Sir, there are few questions from the audience, so we may like to carry forward to you.
Just one thing, just one question that I saw, that math optional is good optional or not. I
Okay.
like to quickly answer that.
Yes, sir, sure.
Remember one thing: math optional is, it requires variety of skills. Math optional is for those people who have dedication for math as a subject, because the math in UPSC is not the math we solve in engineering, that M1 M2. It is not the case. So for the guy who has asked me that question, please remember that you should be very well versed in mathematics as a subject, and you should be ready to solve the vast number of problems in just 3 hour duration. So you do that cost benefit analysis, but I will not recommend math as optional. Okay.
Sir, here are a few questions. Hmm. So you have your optional as anthropology. So something about that.
Okay, so basic strategy for anthropology I will be sharing. Okay, uh, firstly, anthropology is very good optional when the scoring is concerned. Secondly, syllabus is very concise, it can be aced in 3 months. Thirdly, ample of resources are available. That is a very main point, especially in the Pune. My preparation wholly was based in Pune, so many of the resources were available, so I choose anthropology. Now, what was my strategy? One thing is very sure, that anthropology requires a lot of content, because many of the thinkers you have to quote, many of the case studies you need to collect, and there is a very less scope of analysis and answer writing in that. So your answer should be ready beforehand while you are solving the paper. Point number first. Point number second, maximum revisions for the anthropology are required to ace over the basic content of the subject. Thirdly, make one thing very sure, that if you are taking anthropology as a subject, make your own notes, because there are many of the resources for anthropology that I will be sharing in few minutes. So it gets very difficult to revise the anthropology as a subject. Fourth point is that for engineering backgrounds, physical anthropology or biological section in paper 1 usually is a headache. But remember one thing, UPSC will not ask the minute details, but UPSC will ask very broad questions on the physical anthropology. So online resources are there, like I Khan study channel is there, which gives you very comprehensive knowledge about the biological aspects. So do not fear the biology in paper 1. Now, coming to the resources which I referred, I'll start with paper 1. For paper 1, my basic resource was Anthropology Simplified by Vivek Basme. Secondly, I referred IGNOU material for socio-cultural anthropology. Third book was in by author N.K. Vaidya. It was for socio-cultural anthropology. Fourth was for the Homo sapiens, Homo erectus type factual information. For that, I referred Brain Tree material. It is very bulky material, but you just have to take certain points for the notes and copy it in your own notes. Then for the paper 2, there are two books which are fundamental to paper 2. One is Indian Anthropology by Nadeem Hasnain, Nadeem Hasnain, Nadeem Hasnain. Then second book is for Tribal India by again Nadeem Hasnain. Then I supplemented my knowledge of paper 2 with IGNOU materials. IGNOU materials are very good when it comes to paper 2 of anthropology. Okay, so these were some of my resources. You just basically Google the strategy for anthropology, any other, and yes, when the strategy is concerned, please do refer the previous year question papers of anthropology as well as toppers answer sheet, so that you get comprehensive idea how to write the answers in anthropology, as well as what levels of case studies as well as number of thinkers are required to be quoted in the answers. So yeah, that was my that was my overall strategy. And those who are asking questions me in private, please ask that questions in open platform, because I'm not in a position to go through each and every question. Moderator.
ओके सर, क्लासेस जॉईन करणं गरजेचं आहे का UPSC प्रिपरेशन साठी?
येस, मी आत्ताच मेन्शन केलं होतं की क्लासेस कोणी जॉईन करावे, की हे बघा डायरेक्शन रिक्वायर्ड आहे. त्यामुळे मी सांगेल की एखादी फॅसिलिटेशन बॅच वगैरे जर असेल आणि तुम्ही जे सेल्फ स्टडीवर तुमच्या कॉन्फिडंट असाल, तर नक्कीच फॅसिलिटेशन बॅच लावा आणि सेल्फ स्टडी करा. ती तुम्हाला एक प्रॉपर डायरेक्शन देईल. दुसरी गोष्ट, जर सेल्फ स्टडी करणार असाल तर मग स्ट्रॅटेजी तुमची खूपच चांगली पाहिजे आणि तुम्हाला एक कोणता तरी डेडिकेटेड मेंटर पाहिजे. सो मी ऍडवाइस करेल स्टुडंट्सला की चांगला एखादा मेंटर सिलेक्ट करा की जो तुम्हाला 24/7 गाईड करू शकेल. तो मेंटर क्लासेसचा एखादा टीचर असेल, तो मेंटर तुमचा सिनियर असेल युपीएससी मध्ये, किंवा एखादा सिलेक्टेड कॅन्डिडेटही असेल. ओके, तर मला असं वाटतं की डायरेक्शनची नक्कीच गरज आहे, एस्पेशली फॉर द इंजिनिअरिंग स्टुडंट्स. आपल्याला ह्युमॅनिटीज थोडंसं जड जातं पहिल्यांदा, तर मी ऍडवाइस करेल की एक क्रॅश कोर्स नक्कीच विद्यार्थ्यांनी करावा. हा, दिल्ली हाईप जी आहे की युपीएससी किंवा IAS हे फक्त दिल्लीला गेल्यावरच होतं, अतिशय चुकीचा समज आहे. पुण्यात अतिशय चांगले रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल आहेत. तर मी ऍडवाइस करेल की ज्यांची फायनान्शियल कंडिशन नसेल आणि ज्यांना जमणारही नसेल दिल्लीला जायला, प्लीज दिल्लीला जाऊ नका. पुण्यात राहून पूर्ण प्रिपरेशन होती. माझं स्वतःचं प्रिपरेशन पूर्ण पुण्यात राहून झालेलं आहे. तर दिल्ली हाईप इट्स अ मिथ. मॉडरेटर.
सो आता सध्याचा जो पॅन्डेमिक सिच्युएशन चालू आहे त्यात सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोनाने व मोटिवेट राहून कसा अभ्यास करावा?
ओके, येस डेफिनेटली. पॅन्डेमिकनी एक जी अनसर्टिनिटी आली आहे, मी जसं सांगितलं की युपीएससी मेंटल टफनेस ही चेक करत जाते. You should not be bogging down to the situation. There will be many situations like your daily targets will not be completed. You will not understand any subject while even if you read the subject 2 or 3 times. So do not fear that and prepare your mentality according to that. You should be mentally tough firstly. Secondly, practice some of the hobbies because it gives you mental refuge from the hectic schedules that you have while studying. Thirdly, peer group is very good, like the environment which surrounds you while you are preparing for UPSC civil services, that affects you a lot. So if you are joining a library, please make sure that library is well and good. I joined the Nan Prabodhini and the environment was excellent. So you not necessarily Nan Prabodhini, but you should joining a library which is very good, which have very serious aspirants there. And yeah, that is it. Your peer matters a lot. For those guys who are preparing from their houses or their home, make sure that your parents are supportive. Make sure that the uncertainties in the family do not affect your academics. So that will be my advice to remain mentally tough. So that is the key. Moderator.
Sir, what was the preference of different services that you opt for in UPSC and your reason
Okay.
for so?
Yes. Okay, so there are around 29 services, which are 24 services which are there in UPSC. I will just tell 8 or 9 preferences. So by preference, first, Indian Administrative Service (IAS), which I will be getting. Second was Indian Police Service because I was very attracted towards the uniform. So my second preference. Usually people give Foreign Service second preference, but my preference was IPS. Thirdly, my third preference was IRS, Indian Revenue Service, Income Tax. Fourthly, I gave IFS as fourth choice so that I do not get IFS. The reason why I do not wanted to enter into IFS, Indian Foreign Service, was that firstly, if you are allocated Indian Foreign Service, you will not get a chance to sit for UPSC again. So that is the technical barrier. Secondly, for IFS officer, whole life goes into different countries, so I was not ready for that. There were some family issues, so that is why I opted IFS for fourth choice. Then my fifth choice was Indian Audit and Account Services (IAAS). Sixth choice was Indian Revenue Service Customs and Excise, because why I opted Customs and Excise below IAAS, because after GST, the glamour in the service, custom service, has reduced. So generally people are opting it below IAAS. IAAS is very good service because you will be in Delhi in most of your life, and you have very stable job tenure as well as career prospect is very good in IAAS. Then my seventh preference was Indian Postal Service. Eighth preference was Indian Corporate Law Service. Ninth was Indian Railway Service, Traffic Service. So these were some of my preferences. Moderator.
Sir, how to choose optional subject if preference is not our graduation subject? Sir, like you chose anthropology.
Oh, I think I have answered this already. There are 3-4 aspects. One is the optionally scoring optional. Second, the syllabus is crisp, or it can be aced in 2 or 3 months. Third, ample of the resources are available for the optional. And fourth, the level of answer writing which is required in optional subject. And fifth is there that your individual interest, because that matters a lot. If you are in a position to learn that subject for a long duration of time, that also matters. So these are some criteria that needs to be catered while selecting the optional.
How much time we should give to newspapers and current affairs?
Okay. Uh, One thing is clear. In initial phase, 4 or 5 hours may be required for reading the newspapers, but believe me, it will come down gradually. After let's say 4 or 5 months, you will be in a position to read that paper in around 1.5 hour or 2 hours, and that is very apt time for giving the newspaper. When the current affairs is concerned, my strategy was very different. uh, uh, I I usually do not refer current affairs month wise. A yearly compilation is there, like Vision IS comes with PT 365 for preliminary. So I used to refer that. I used to refer that yearly compilation and dedicate 1 or 2 weeks to complete my current affairs. So that was my strategy.
So how to sustain long hours of studies in beginning of the preparation, especially when the subject is not interesting?
Firstly, remember one thing, that you are unemployed, because that keeps a very stress on your mind, and you have no option other than studying. Second, secondly, one thing is clear, that your motivation, why you want to join the service, matters a lot. So a strong motivation is required before starting the UPSC preparation. Thirdly, plan, because planning plays a very important role. If you are not you do not have any idea which subject you are going to, or which topic you are going to finish in a one day, so you will not be that motivated to study for the day. Fourthly, start gradually. It should not be in a position that you are setting 15 hours for first day itself. You should be studying for 5 hours for first day, then gradually increase your time up to 10 or 12 hours, so that gradual increments that are also very much required. So in this way you can sustain your performance.
Is language a barrier, or is there any priority for language in marking for the exam?
No, that is a straightforward answer. There are many candidates. There is one candidate in top 100 who is my friend. He wrote mains in Marathi medium. So language definitely is not a barrier. The barrier is if you are not able to express your feelings or your answers through the language. Answer writing matters a lot. In interview, the fluency is not checked, your personality is checked. That's why UPSC calls it personality test. Your confidence is being tested, your courage is being tested, your decision making abilities are being tested, your analytical skills are being tested, and how constructively you take the criticism, and how you optimistic you are, that is being tested. So language is not a barrier, your academic background is not a barrier, your academic score is not a barrier. So that is, yeah, that is it.
Sir, like you started your preparation in your college days, so how did you manage your time between academics and preparation?
uh, I know very many professors have joined the meeting, but I will advise the students that in my final year of engineering, थोडासा इंजिनिअरिंगचा स्टडी बॅकफुटवर ठेवला होता मी, आणि थोडंसं UPSC प्रिपरेशनला जास्त वेटेज देत होतो, पहिला मुद्दा. दुसरा मुद्दा की इंटर्नशिप जी असायची ती मी ऑफ नव्हती केली, मी कॉलेजमध्येच थांबलो होतो, त्यामुळं तो थोडासा टेन्शन कमी होतं. तो असंच मी मॅनेज केलं. आणि तिसरी गोष्ट की प्लॅन माझा खूप मी नेहमी सांगतोय की माझा प्लॅन खूप जबरदस्त होता, आणि त्या प्लॅनच मला आज फळ भेटतंय. त्यामुळे मी विद्यार्थ्यांना नेहमी सांगेल की फायनल इयर किंवा थर्ड इयर मध्ये असाल तर प्लॅन करा, प्रत्येक दिवस प्लॅन करा, प्रत्येक महिना प्लॅन करा. आणि तुम्ही जर प्लॅन केला आणि एक जर टार्गेट ठेवलं दिवसासाठी, तर ते टार्गेट अचीव्ह केल्याशिवाय तुम्हाला झोप येणार नाही. आणि जर टार्गेट अचीव्ह झालं नाही तर स्वतःला शिक्षा पण द्या. मी तुम्हाला आठवतं की मी कधी कधी असं करायचो की जर माझ्या लिथर्जीमुळे किंवा आळशामुळे जर टार्गेट अचीव्ह झालं नाही तर मी रात्रीचं जेवायचो नाही. तर कुठेतरी स्वतःची भीती तुमच्या सोबत असली पाहिजे. आणि सेल्फ पॅरेंटिंग इज व्हेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड इन UPSC प्रिपरेशन. So in this way, you can sustain your preparation in your engineering days.
So during the interview, how do you keep yourself calm?
अगदीच. एक इन्सिडेंट सांगतो, इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये झाला होता. I have pursued my diploma, then I have done my degree engineering, and thereafter I am unemployed. So when ma'am was there on interview panel, she asked me, "You have completed your diploma, you have completed your degree, but you are still unemployed. Don't you think that because of youths like you, the Skill India mission is failing?" So that was a very disturbing question to ask, and it was expected that I melt down and I get nervous and I say, sorry ma'am, I should have been employed. But I give a big smile to ma'am. I said, yes ma'am, this is definitely voluntary unemployment is definitely a reason for failing of Skill India mission, but there are other reasons, and I continued my answer. So I guess 2 or 3 abilities were checked. First was my confidence, whether I remained calm and confident in that situation. Second was my positivity of response, how optimistic I am. Third was how constructively I take the criticism. And fourth was the temperament, because UPSC tests that a lot. So असं वाटतं की कुठेतरी mock interviews, I given around 8 or 10 mock interviews, so that helped me to sustain my calmness throughout the interview, as well as my preparation was very good when it comes to my detailed application form. So I knew each and every word from my form. So many of the questions which were asked were from my comfort zone, so that provided me a mental refuge. So this is how I sustained my performance, though the scores are not out yet. But I think that a very pretty average score should be there in interview.
Sir, it is how to make notes from mains perspective, and is the factual data really important to remember?
Okay. Factual data, a very broad factual data is required, like GDP growth rate of India, uh, percentage of exports which India have, global market share which India consists of, then a number of MSMEs, number of jobs which are produced by MSMEs. This kind of very broad data is required. Secondly, how to make notes for, I guess you asked for mains. Yes, syllabus point wise notes are required. So I will advise students to go syllabus point wise, not by book, not book wise. So prepare just I will show you. So this is a A4 size paper. So what I used to do that I fold this paper, I keep some margin here, and I used to write my notes here, so that if there is anything new, I can add it in margin. So you make these papers for each syllabus copy point. 2 or 3 A4 size paper for each syllabus copy point should be the limit. And you write the best content that you read, as well as yes, one thing is clear, you should be not taking notes in your first reading of the subject. Note making is job in third or second or third reading. So in this this was my strategy regarding the notes making.
Okay, sir. So many questions are being repeated, and I may like to say that audience must have received their information as the sir have started his speech, sir. So I would like to ask one last question so that we might sum up the session. So the last question was some revision tips you might like to give after the preparation. We do the revision.
Yes. Yes. Firstly, plan subjects according to the weeks. Like once, let's say, environment in this week, polity in next week, and then again environment in the third week, because repeated revisions are required. Firstly, secondly, very brief points should be highlighted in the textbook itself, because in the revision you get to know what are the important things that you should read in detail again, and what are the things that you can skip in one go. So that is required. Thirdly, when you write the notes, you write your notes very comprehensively and in very short titles, because notes give you very ample advantage while you are revising. Fourthly, revise the subjects that you are weak in and utilize your strengths in the subject that you are strong in. Like मला पॉलिटी नेहमी रिवाइज करावं लागायचं नाही. मी एन्व्हायरमेंट खूप वेळेस रिवाइज केला होता. तर तेच की तुमच्या विकनेसेसवर रिव्हिजन मध्ये वर्क करा आणि मॅक्झिमम नंबर ऑफ रिव्हिजन्स द्या. तर मी एवढंच सांगेन.
Thank you, sir, for your.
Before to end up, I'd like to ask one question, basically.
Sir.
Can you please elaborate the essay strategy for the students? Because most of all of us basically from the engineering background topics. Okay. सो एसे जे असतात तर त्याचे जे टॉपिक्स असतात ते नॉन टेक्निकल्स पण असतात बरेच मोस्टली, आणि हे सगळे टेक्नोक्रॅट्स आहेत. तर एसे साठी काय स्ट्रॅटेजी ऑप्ट केली होतीस? तेवढा एरिया फक्त मिस राहिलाय डिस्कशन मध्ये, अदरवाइज ऑल पॉइंट्स आर बिंग कवर्ड.
पहिली गोष्ट एक लक्षात घ्या की एसे हे फिलॉसॉफिकल एसे खूप येतात युपीएससीला, त्यामुळं तुमचं रायटिंग खूप चांगलं पाहिजे. माझी स्ट्रॅटेजी अशी होती की मी खूप एसे प्रॅक्टिस केले होते सुरुवातीला, 7 ते 8 एसे माझ्या डिसेंबरच्या प्रिपरेशन पर्यंत, आणि प्रिलिम्स टू मेन्स मध्ये मी आय गेस 3 ते 4 एसे लिहिले होते. नंबर ऑफ थिंकर्सचे कोट्स गोळा करा. लाईक एक्झाम्पल की मी गांधीजी, मार्टिन लुथर किंग, सुनजू, त्यानंतर अजून काही लीडर्स असतील, आचार्य आत्रे, विनोबा भावे, असे लीडर्स गोळा करा आणि त्यांचे लाईफ एक्झाम्पल्स की जे कुठेही तुम्हाला यूज होऊ शकतील असे एक्झाम्पल्स गोळा करा. पहिली गोष्ट. सेकंड पॉइंट, you take out the examples which can be fit in each case, like there is one example, human evolution, so that can be utilized in any essay, like be it the essay on courage, be it the essay on consistency, be it the essay on any evolution. So असे काही एक्झाम्पल्स विद्यार्थ्यांनी गोळा करा. थर्डली, एसेचा एक स्टँडर्ड फॉर्मॅट असतो. आपल्याला इंजिनिअरिंग विद्यार्थ्यांना थोडासा जड जातो सुरुवातीला, तर इंट्रोडक्शन द्यावं लागते. एक सुंदरसं अनेक्डॉटने इंट्रोडक्शन द्या. एसेची बॉडी असती की जिथं तुम्ही कोर कंटेंटला एसेच्या हिट केलं पाहिजे. तुम्ही तो एसे जो आहे तो व्हेरियस अँगल्सनी रिप्रेझेंट करा. लाईक इफ द टॉपिक इज माल न्यूट्रिशन, सोशल, इकॉनॉमिकल, पॉलिटिकल, ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह, एन्व्हायरमेंटल, सो हे सगळे टॉपिक्स तुम्ही सगळे कव्हर करा आणि एक ब्रॉड असा कॉम्प्रिहेन्सिव्ह अनालिसिस दाखवा. कन्क्लुजनचा एक पॅराग्राफ आधी तुमचं स्वतःचं ओपिनियन त्या टॉपिक बद्दल द्या आणि कन्क्लुजन मध्ये एक खूप चांगलं ऑप्टिमिस्टिक कन्क्लुजन करा. निगेटिव्ह कन्क्लूड कधीच करू नका एसेला, बिकॉज इट गिव्स व्हेरी बॅड इम्प्रेशन. आणि कन्क्लुजन ही एक अशी गोष्ट आहे की जी वाचून इमिजिएटली एक्झामिनर मार्क तुम्हाला देणार आहे. तर कन्क्लुजन चांगलं असू द्या. येस, अजून एक थिंग आहे की तुमचं इंट्रोडक्शन आणि कन्क्लुजन हे बिफोर हँड रेडी असू द्या. फॉर एक्झाम्पल की मी 2-4 इंट्रोडक्शन तयार करून ठेवले होते, की फर्स्टली देर वॉज अबाउट नादिया मुराद, एक आयसिसच्या सर्व्हायव्हर आहेत, त्यांचा एक पॅराग्राफ तयार करून ठेवला होता मी. मलाला युसुफजाई, त्यांचा एक पॅराग्राफ तयार करून ठेवला होता मी. एक गांधीजींचा एक लाईफ एक्सपिरियन्स होता, तो एक तयार करून ठेवला होता. अब्राहम लिंकन, त्यांनी बरेचसे 6 बिझनेसेस त्यांचे फेल गेले, बऱ्याचशा इलेक्शन्स मध्ये हरले, ते एक मी चांगले एक कोट करून ठेवलं होतं आणि ते अब्राहम लिंकनचं मी एका माझ्या फायनल एसेला यूज पण केलं. सो इंट्रोडक्शन आणि काही कन्क्लुजन्स बिफोर हँड रेडी असू द्या. कोट्सच्या मागे जास्त धावू नका आणि कोट्स आर्टिफिशियली इन्सर्ट करू नका. जर तिथं प्रॉपरली बसत असेल तरच कोट लिहा आणि अनालिसिस खूप चांगले लिहा, कारण की फॅक्च्युअल इन्फॉर्मेशनची बंबार्डमेंट एसे मध्ये करू नका. युपीएससी लाइक्स एसे विच आर मोर अनालिटिकल, विच आर मोर ओपिनियन बेस्ड आणि विच आर मोर ब्रॉड अँड व्हेरी लुसिड इन लँग्वेज. अतिशय सिंपल लँग्वेज लिहा, की असं लिहा की म्हणजे एक्झामिनरला वाटेल की वा, म्हणजे पाणी पितं इतकं सिंपल असलं पाहिजे ते. तर एकदम सिंपल लँग्वेज मध्ये लिहा एसे. अतिशय कॉम्प्लेक्स लँग्वेज मध्ये किंवा तुमचे इंग्लिश दाखवायला तिथे जाऊ नका. तर या काही टिप्स आहेत एसेसाठी.
Sir, while preparation, one subject daily or 2 to 3 subject we should focus on?
वन सब्जेक्ट डेली, बिकॉज कंटिन्युटी राहते अभ्यासामध्ये. सेकंडली की थोडासा चांगला पोर्शन कव्हर होतो, तर एक कॉन्फिडन्स सुद्धा येऊन जातो की बाबा आज 8 चॅप्टर पॉलिटीचे कव्हर केले, तर उद्या पण एक मोटिवेशन चांगली येऊन जातं उद्यासाठी. आणि 2 to 3 सब्जेक्ट घेतले ना आपण एका दिवसासाठी, तर कुठेतरी कन्फ्युजन क्रिएट होतं. तर मी ऍडवाइस करेल की एक सब्जेक्टच घ्या दिवसाला.
Okay, thank you, sir. Over to you, Nikita.
धन्यवाद सर. आपण आमच्या शंकांचे केलेले निरसन आणि दिलेलं मार्गदर्शन यातून एक नवीन शिकण्याची उमेद मिळाली. शेवटी एकच म्हणेल, सागरानेही जिथली खोली न्याहाळावी, सागरानेही जिथली खोली न्याहाळावी आणि आकाशानेही जिथली अथांगता टिपावी, अशा तेजस व्यक्तिमत्वाची प्रेरणा सदा काळजात घर करून राहावी, सदा काळजात घर करून राहावी. या उक्तीप्रमाणेच नक्कीच आपल्या मार्गदर्शनातून मिळालेल्या ह्या प्रेरणेने आमच्या काळजात घर केलंय. सर, आपण केलेल्या मार्गदर्शनाच्या ह्या प्रेरणेने आम्ही नक्कीच आमच्या भविष्यात काहीतरी उज्ज्वल करण्याचा प्रयत्न करू. आपण आपला बहुमूल्य वेळ आम्हाला दिल्याबद्दल मी सीईसी व्हीआयआयटी तर्फे आपले आभार मानते. तसेच आपल्या सीईसी व्हीआयआयटी चे फॅकल्टी इन्चार्ज माणिकजादे सर्व काळे सर हे देखील येथे उपस्थित राहिले, त्याबद्दल मी त्यांचेही आभार मानते. आणि आपण सर्व श्रोते आपल्या वेळातला वेळ काढून येथे आमच्या आनंदात उपस्थित राहिलात, त्याबद्दल मी आपल्या सर्वांचे आभार मानते. आणि सीईसी कमिटीच्या संमतीने हा कार्यक्रम संपला हे जाहीर करते. थँक्यू सर.
Thank you very much.